Hi everybody, this is Susan with Creative Momentum. It's 2 o'clock my time and I am ready to start a Facebook Live. Just for you, I cleaned what you can see in the back of me. I'll put up some samples pretty soon. I am having camera issues or camera holding issues right now. I could use some selfie stick Viagra if you really want to know. This will not stay where I want it to. So let me see if I can. Okay, now last night it made this so that it was right side up, and now all of a sudden I can't see that darn button. Let's see if I can figure out. There it is. So I'm going to flip this to my desk so you can see that, and let's go from there. I will see what I can do about the camera mount in just a minute. I was hoping to be able to see comments. Oh, yay. There we are. Okay, so I've got my my iPad, so that I can watch comments. And hopefully somebody will join me. I know everybody's busy today. It's, in my world, National Pie Baking Day. So let's kind of see how it goes. You can always watch later if nobody joins me live, because I know everybody's probably trying to bake pies today. I'm going to do that after this video. So today the first stamp set I'm going to use is called Hearts Come Home, and we'll show it a little bit closer. One of the things that I'd like to show you is that as I am organizing my stamps, I put a piece of magnet sheet, like a vent cover magnet sheet, right here. I glue it right here, and I haven't done it to this one obviously, and then take my Thinlits and put them on a magnet right there. And then my stamps go in here, and then after I'm done, let me show you another set. After I'm done, I stick a piece of sticker right here. See, just as soon as I tell you I glue it all down right here, I don't. I glue a sticker right here to show how many Thinlits are packaged in there, and then I can put them away easier. Okay, so I'm going to put that aside. Let's dig out some stamps and some ink pads. I've got kind of a rough sample of what I wanted to do. Let's pull out some paper and get going. Okay, so what I wanted to do with this stamp set, I wanted to use the little houses, but I wanted to give it some depth. And so let's see if I can figure this out. It was a couple of days ago when I made this first sample. Let's see if I can copy myself. Sometimes I can't copy myself, let's face it. All right, so rose red, night of navy, garden green, and what's this one? Elegant eggplant. Okay, so I'm going to start with, let's start with the red, and I'm going to ink it up really well, and then on my paper I'm going to stamp one full strength house, and then, oh, let's not make them all crooked, and then some houses in the background. The trick is the darker houses you want in the front. Don't put anything lower than the darkest of houses. And that way it'll keep everything kind of balanced. Let's see, this one will do this. So you'll stamp a dark and then some light ones, and that way, and just keep stamping until your ink runs out. Kind of fill in the spaces. Hey Jackie, glad you're watching. Thank you for watching, and happy birthday, by the way. It's Jackie's birthday, by the way. If you guys want to say happy birthday to Jackie, I will pass along anybody that wants to. Okay, and then, like I said, just keep filling in the back, and that kind of gives it a little bit of, oh my gosh, I can't talk and stamp at the same time. I used to be able to do this. All right. And then we'll fill in some trees. But like I said, just those houses in the back don't have to be perfect. They're all kind of silly and overlapped, but as long as you keep the dark ones in the front, it kind of looks okay. We'll add some trees like that. And then let's add some of the words. Did I put those right here? Like that. Oh, my favorite part is Santa. We'll put Santa in the sleigh right there. And then with a light ink pad, maybe pool party. Do you ever stamp and get ink all over yourself and you don't even know how it happened? I'm trying really hard to keep my ink pads closed so that I don't do that. This would be pretty with some embossing on the front if you wanted to change up and put the words in silver or something embossed. That would be really pretty. Let's just add a few stars, some off the edge. I just keep wanting to stamp until there's no white space left, but sometimes white space is okay. And that's pretty much it for the front of the card that's the stamped part, and we'll just layer it. Put that aside. You know what? I think I'll add some ribbon. Let me see what ribbon I can come up with quickly. Will that look okay? No, I don't want to add ribbon. It'll cover it up. Alright, so let's just glue it together. We've got, let's do, nothing like making it up as you go, huh? Let's put some dimensionals on this. And then we'll add the layers like this. So I've got card bases, the card base is Pool Party. That matches the same color as the stars, so there's a little continuity in the color. And I'll just add another piece of cardstock to frame it, and it really doesn't add a whole lot. You don't even have to do that, but it's just easier to add a frame and give it some dimension. Okay, and then put this down like this. Ooh, and then what did I do with it? My Wink of Stella. So just to give it some shinies, we'll put a little twinkle on the stars. And then some down here like it's snow. Careful not to do what I just did and smear the ink right here with the Wink of Stella. Just be really careful. And there you've got our first card. Okay, share, like, send hearts and kisses and all of that stuff if you're watching. That way I can tell that you are watching. Okay, there's the card. Now let's do another project. I presented at Onstage a couple weeks ago. Oh my gosh, it's a couple weeks ago already. And I presented a class. Let me show you the class. It was a new stamp set coming out called Bubble and Fizz, or Bubble Over is the stamp set. And it comes with, it has Thinlits and designer series paper that will be free in the Celebration catalog. Here's some samples I'll show you that I made for the display board. There's another. And these are all, this shape is cut out with the Thinlit. These are going to be in the New Occasions catalog that are in, it'll start January 3rd, I'm pretty sure. So these are just cut out with circle punches and with dimensionals, and that's stamped and cut out. It's a really fun stamp set. It's bottles, and I guess I could show you the stamp set too. I was just going to show you the samples. Let me see if I can reach behind me and grab the stamp set. This one is fun. This right here, this piece right here is a stamp. It's not background paper. So I stamped this in different colors, and it's really fun to kind of Tetris it together. It's kind of a neat way to stamp. It's kind of fun. And then there's that. It's the same thing, but stamped to make the whole background. That takes a tiny bit more work. And then my presentation, oh, let me reach behind me real quick and see if I can find my stamp set. There it is. So here's the stamp set. And like I said, this will be available January 1st, but I kind of wanted to show you about my gift bag I made as a part of the presentation. But I wanted to show you this class while I was doing it. Here's the pizza box, decorated on the front, and then inside there's note cards, and these are all stamped backgrounds. All of these, this part right here is stamped instead of using the Designer Series paper. So even if you run out of paper, you've still got a lot of really cool backgrounds. So you can see those. Okay, and then I'll show you the gift bags that and I'll do this class sometime in January. If you want to sign up for the class, just let me know and I'll put you on the list. I'll do it at my house, and there's not a ton of room for a bunch of people, but if you give me your name, I'll reserve you a spot. Okay, so here's the bag, and the bag is a piece of Designer Series paper, a 12 by 12 piece of Designer Series paper, and the thickness. And then along with the class, I'm going to do little hang tags. We'll all do a tag to go with each bag. So this is the class idea. I've got Velcro on the back of these from the display board, and they're all stuck together. Okay, so there's the bags. And so I'll show you, what I want to show you next is how to make one of those bags. And I posted this, a separate video on my Facebook, on this Facebook page. But I wanted to show you this as part of my Facebook Live today as well. Let me pick a piece of paper. I'm going to do a Christmas bag to get you guys kind of in the mood for getting Christmas things ready to go. I'm trying to decide which piece of paper I want. Let's do this one. Okay, so here's a piece of 12 by 12 cards, or Designer Series paper. We're going to start with this. And you're going to take it, and the cool thing about this, before I forget to tell you, is this is a bag that doesn't need to be measured. The nice thing about this is it's 12 by 12 piece of cardstock. You can probably change it up in different sizes, maybe a half sheet, and make a taller or a shorter, wider bag. Or I was thinking about, okay, I'm not going to be able to pull two pieces out that look the same. Maybe. Let me look. I wonder if you could glue these down together like this to get like a giant piece of paper and then make a bigger bag. I'll have to try that and post it if I figure it out. But let's start with the 12 by 12 piece of paper, and you're going to fold. The first step is to fold this down, I don't know, maybe an inch or so. Like I said, don't worry about measuring it, just kind of get the method down. And once you've got that down, you can do a lot with this idea. Okay, so you're going to create, take your bone folder and make sure that fold is nice and sharp. And pull it back up. And I would probably not use snail with this. I'd probably only use either the fast fuse or tear and tape. So go ahead and stick this down. I normally just do here. I did it right there, and hopefully that'll still work. But that way that side will stay stuck and not fly open. Okay, so flip over your paper. You're going to take this and fold it anywhere over the midway point, and you're fine. So fold it with your fingers first, and then come back. Like I said, I'm going to say this probably about 1,000,000 times, but come back with your bone folder and fold that nice and creased. Then you're going to take this piece and fold it over Just make sure that you fold it over so that it overlaps enough that you can put adhesive back behind here. Now that, to me, felt a little bit crooked. Let me see if I can straighten it out. It's kind of forgiving, so don't worry about it too much. But let me see if I can straighten it out just a little. And again, your bone folder is the best thing that you can do to get this creased and even on the edges. Okay, so again, fast fuse from the very top all the way to the very bottom. One stripe all the way down. You don't want to skimp on the tape, especially for this one step. And see, I do have a little bit right here. I don't know if you can see it on camera, but there's a little bit of exposed glue right there. And we're just going to pretend that that's not going to stick. Let me see if I can... Oh, that works. Watch. You can even with your finger. I didn't know you could do this easily. I think I have an adhesive remover somewhere, but evidently my index finger is the new adhesive remover because it works pretty well. Wow. I learned something new today. I didn't know that that would fix that easily. Perfect. Okay, so now you've got, basically what you did was you made a tube, just like that. And it doesn't really matter if you wanted to aim this a little bit towards the middle, that's fine, but it's really not going to show that much, especially with the pattern on the paper. Okay, the next step is you're going to take this and fold it up. And I normally end up with about 3 inches. But again, if you want all your bags the same, you could measure this part. And this is going to change, this measurement right here is going to change how big your bag is. So if you want all your bags the same, you could measure this part and it would be okay. But I'm just a tiny bit, I'm about 3 inches and maybe 1/8 of an inch extra. So they're going to turn out roughly the same. Okay, so you've got that folded up, you've creased your edges one last time just to make sure. Okay, now this is kind of the tricky part, and I hope you can see this, but what you're going to do is you're going to open this part, and this point and this point, there's folds down here. You're going to take this and fold it in and make it run on the same line as the bottom of your bag. So you're going to fold it in. Is that a 45-degree angle? I think so. I didn't want to have to think that hard, but you get the idea. Okay, so right here, crease it out. Again, really need a bone folder for this. Okay, can you see what that looks like? It's right along that edge. Now I'm going to take point, get this out to the point, and then fold this one the same way. And you're going to go right to that edge. Okay. And then bone folder, again, this, whoops, there, and there. Okay, now you're to here, we're going to form the bottom of the bag. We're going to take this point and go just past midline and crease that down. And the nice thing is this is a method and not anything major. So once you get the technique down, you've got it. And then fold this top one down so those points are going to cross over. And now we're going to go ahead and we'll put adhesive here. Let me think about this. And adhesive here. It goes on the underside. And this is the bottom of your bag, so if you want to put a little extra adhesive down here, it probably wouldn't be a bad thing. So you're going to close this up like this, fold this down like this. Okay, now we've got basically a flat bag. We've got the bottom that's going to pop out, and then we've got the top. We need the sides next. So what you're going to do is you're going to take this diagonal line right here and meet it up with this diagonal line right there. Fold this up over, And this is where this paper gets to feeling a little bit stiff. But once you get it going the right direction, it's not terrible. Okay, so again, bone folder. And this is probably one of the most, where are my comments? Wait, that's not what I want to do. My mom is watching me. Coolest thing ever. Let's turn off the volume. My mom found me. That's super cool. And, oh, my niece isn't there today. Otherwise, she could watch me live. I've got a 2-year-old niece that loves her grandma's iPad. Okay, and again on this side, diagonal here, and this diagonal here. Match up. And then fold this out to the top. Perfect. Okay. Fold that down. And then you can fold these back and crease them if you want to get a little bit sharper edge. Okay, and that's all you need. You're going to take this and pop it out. See where the bottom comes from? It's right there. Now you're going to invert your sides, your gussets, and that's going to be the side of your bag. And then you can fold these down and store them if you want to make them ahead of time. Or if you're like me, you're making this as you're walking out to a birthday party and you needed a gift bag. But now you know how to take this 12 by 12 piece of cardstock and make it into a gift bag. All right, so we've got that. You can see the sides and the top. Let's go ahead and finish the top and put a handle on it. Where is, oh, there it is, my ribbon. Okay, so we're going to take an 1/8 inch hole punch. And the only thing with this is be really careful that you don't punch the sides. You want to come in further than the size of your bag so that you don't accidentally punch a hole where you don't want it. Right about there. Okay, and I'm going to take my ribbon, and this is Quilted Christmas ribbon. Probably use just about any ribbon. I don't want it too wide because I've only got an 1/8 of an inch hole punched. This is 9 inches of ribbon. You're going to cut 2 of those. Okay, just in case my mom is still watching, my ribbon has, or my scissors have a piece of ribbon tied to them. This means that these are my ribbon cutting scissors. My mother, by threat of death, would never let anybody touch her fabric scissors. And now I know why, because once you cut paper with scissors, your life is over with that pair of scissors. So make sure to keep your ribbon scissors, and your fabric scissors. Now I know why she got so mad when we tried to sneak her scissors to cut paper. All right, so now I've laced that through from outside to in. And then the easiest way to deal with this is just tie a knot. And my sister's on here too. Hello, Sherry. You're going to tie a knot and then pull it out to tighten it. And then you've got your handle. Let's do that to the other side. The trick is just cut your ribbon as even as possible and tie that knot with the tails as evenly as possible, and then your handles will come out roughly the same size. And again, just tie a knot at the end. Holy cow, I'm glad I'm not tying a bow. Tying a knot in front of people is scary enough, huh? Okay. So got that snugged up, and now we've got our handle for our bag. And there you have it. What else can I show you? Oh, here's a couple more with just different Oh, that's the same one. Nice. Yeah, same paper. Are you impressed? Let's try a different paper. You can see that. And then here's one I made with red. I just haven't put handles on it yet. So that's what I saved to show you today. If you want to see details of this, I've actually already posted a video on SusanLeggetts.com, and you can watch this video again and again on my website. The hostess code for November is right here. If you place an order anytime within the next week, I will send you a thank you note and a gift. And what else do we need to talk about? Thanksgiving is tomorrow. Is today National Pie Baking Day? That's what I call it anyway. So once I'm done with this, I've got to go make pies and stuffing and all kinds of fun stuff. Have a super good Thanksgiving. Thankful. I can't talk. I'm trying to read comments at the same time. I need to practice that evidently. I'm thankful for you guys, and thankful for my mom and my sister for being on here live with me today. And I will talk to you hopefully next Wednesday at 2 o'clock. I hope that's our standing date for a Facebook Live video. We'll talk to you soon. Thanks. Bye.